Payton, when you look at different ways the Magic could adjust they play against you guys, how much of your preparation in these 2-day gap, I should say, is anticipating those and different ways you can, adjust your game for that versus just reacting in the moment and doubling down on the things you guys do well?
We definitely going over different things, different scenarios that we could see what they could go for. So that's just in your preparation. You're ready for anything that's thrown at you. So obviously we've been through a lot of series. We've understand that adjustments will be made and we'll be prepared for them.
And I think you've talked a little bit about wanting to be more impactful, like throughout the postseason than you were a year ago. How do you feel like you're in a better position? Obviously, seeing the stuff you did the other day, to succeed throughout the playoffs here, your game.
Well, I feel like every year you get a little bit better, and so I hope that I've been through a year now. I've gotten better than I was last year. So if that means I'm stronger, more in shape, better basketball IQ, I just been through it now. So I understand what it takes and what this team needs. And I'm not saying that it's going to be scoring every night, but just this level of physicality, picking up the ball, like this intensity, that's what needs to be there every night.
With the sixth man of the year getting announced tonight, whether it's as a leader or a part of your game on the court, is there a particular aspect of your growth this year that you're the most proud of?
My consistency, game in, game out, limiting like just overall bad games. I'm proud of that. Just my efficiency shooting wise, I think has been really good this year. And I don't know, just every summer, just finding different ways to keep getting better and better and elevate my game, and especially in the playoffs. And then hopefully next year comes and I elevate it again.
On Sunday, you checked in later than you normally do in the first quarter and immediately hit a three, and then I think you scored 11 points in the first 3 minutes. So just thinking about your career, how different of an adjustment has it been to have to stay warm on the sidelines and then come in and know you have to make an impact? And how much do you feel like you've been able to improve in that regard versus like starting as you had in college and stuff?
Well, I feel like that's probably another area of growth I've had too is, mentally, like this whole year you've been coming off the bench around the 6-minute mark, and then you don't go into the end of the first. And you don't go into the game knowing when you're going to go in or anything, but like as a player, a young player, you might mentally get frustrated. You might be like, oh, I'm not playing as much tonight. But instead now maturing a little bit, you just go, once you get your opportunity, you just take full advantage of it and don't look back. So it's just, obviously you're going to be a little cold. You do your jumps, run around, try to stay warm, but it's just be mentally prepared for your moment and never look back.
So in this case, like you didn't know you were going to check in later, but
No.
you felt like mentally you had grown to not be anxious about it sitting there.
It just now it's just in this state of mind that it just doesn't matter when you put me in. Like if I'm gonna have to sit the whole quarter and you think that's what's best for the team, and I start the second, then I'm gonna come out in the second quarter and give you everything I got. So that's just staying in that mindset and not allowing myself to get frustrated over anything. It's just being ready for your moment.
Al just talked to us and said that he spoke about the strides that you've made defensively as well. How much of that was a focus for you from last season to this season, and what specifically have you focused on to improve your game on that side?
Well, I feel like I've always been a good on-ball defender, like put myself in good positions. I feel like a lot of the times it's been because of my size at times, so it's learning like how do I affect it. And I've watched other guards around my height, and then like how do they affect the game, so I like learn from that. But really I got stronger, a little bit quicker, a little bit better shape, and then just being physical on the point of attack.
Anyone in particular?
Well, I've played with a lot of them, so I've seen smart in them. They're a little bit bigger than me, but like guys like Kyle Lowry, he was like a 6'1" guard, stocky, and really held his own. But there's a lot of good guards.
Payton, team like Orlando, physical team, big team, underdogs going up against the champs, might seem like they're going to throw their weight around a little bit. We've seen those hard fouls on Jayson. It seems like it's an attempt at intimidation. How is that received by you guys? How do you react when the other team's tactics are to kind of toe the line of the physicality?
I don't know. I don't feel intimidated. Like I grew up playing physical basketball in the backyard, so playing with my brothers and friends, and I think we all have. So no matter what a hard foul is, we're just gonna get up and play ball and just it's like check it back up. So obviously they fouled him hard and he had a little fall, but it's not gonna stop us from what we're trying to achieve. It's not gonna knock us off our path.
Do you feel like there's still, or if there is any perception around the league that, you know, that's how you get to you guys, that because you're such a, you know, high-powered offensive team, that maybe you're seen as less physical and teams are going to try to push that button?
It's fine. They can try it. See if it works. We'll go into the game and do what we do.
Peyton, the other day, the video board showed you guys discussing your biggest pet peeves, and yours was when people don't give it their all. You talk a lot about your work ethic and how that shaped you. What to you is hard work?
Somebody that just has a dying passion for something they love and they pour everything into it. I feel like that's the definition of hard work. Just not somebody that will ever do something and will like half-ass it. So that's a pet peeve, and you know, that's what I believe in. Because I just don't think you can accomplish anything at the highest of levels unless you give it your all. So, you know, you see some talented people in this world. Like I remember there was a Steve Nash quote, and he was like, "I wouldn't be in the position I am today if guys worked as hard as he did." Like he's a little, you know, 6'2" white person, whatever. Probably shouldn't be what he was, but he outworked everybody. But there's people with a lot more gift that are less like hardworking people, and so that's a pet peeve of mine, and that's what I strive to be. Is like the hardest worker.